Hi, my name is Vivek Savant, and in this brief, we'll talk about the project management. Most of the times we hear about, I'm doing the project. What is that project? What's the project means? Does doing the activities or the work, regular work, is called project? Like going to the office, going to the bank and doing the banking transaction, is this a project? Or teaching every day, is this a project? No. So project has the specific meaning, right? How the project starts basically. The project is start with the some specific objective, goal or vision or need, right? So someone has that need or they have to achieve something, and then the project starts basically. So what we understood here, the project has objective, goal, vision and achievement, right? After completing that project, someone will achieve something. That's why the project starts. So who is going to sponsor that project? So sponsorer. So sponsor is going to get the benefits of that project once the project is complete, right? And the sponsorer is going to fund that project, like they are going to put the money into that project to work. So what we understood here, project has sponsorer who is going to fund, who is going to get benefit once that project complete, and the project has objective, goal, achievement, vision, right? So is this daily work is the project? Project might has the task activities, but the continuous task activity is not a project, right? So project have specific start date and end date. So that's the duration of the project, right? So without having the start date or the end date, the activities what we are doing, it's not called, right, the project, right? I mean, it's not like ongoing activities, that's called the operations, so the BAU or the managed services, right? But project has specific start date and end date. So project is definite, right? It's not indefinite. If there's some work which is indefinite, daily, regular, that's not a project, right? So what we understood, project has the duration like start date and fixed end date. What else project has? Project has scope, right? Scope means what we are going to achieve in that duration during that project. That's the scope, the activities, right? So what we identified, project has time like a duration. Second is the scope. What else is required? Funding, right? We need to work that thing, right? The cost to execute that project. There will be the task, the activities, the resources is required. So that requires funding, the cost. So third element of that project is cost. What is the fourth element? Of course, the resources, right? To execute the activities, the work in that project, we require resources. Maybe the human resources or the equipments that comes under the resources. So what we identified now. So project has time, that's called duration, from this date to that date or the end date. Then we require the funding, the cost of the project. Third is what? Resources. We require the resources. And fourth, what is the fourth part? Is like a vision. We have the vision. We require the vision for that project and the goal, the objective, what we are going to achieve after finishing the project. What will be the benefits to the end user or the sponsor after finishing the project. And there's a fifth part, it's called quality, right? So if that's unwritten rule of the project, right? You need to provide the quality. So more important thing is timeline, duration. Second is the funding. Third is the scope, and fourth is quality. Let's take an example. If someone wants to build a bridge on the river, right? So that's the project. To building the bridge on the river, what is required? Of course, the fund is required. We require the resources to work on that. We require like laborers or the cranes, the equipment, cement. So that comes under the resources. What is the timeline that we will start this project from this date, and we need to complete the bridge after this period. Timeline get calculates depending on the efforts, the scope. What is the scope? Scope means we need to build the project from this end, point A to point B on this river. That's the scope of the project. Okay, and someone has to sponsor that funding, right? So that's the sponsorer. Okay, so that's the example of the project. So this is the project, right? To manage everything, we require the project management, and that activity is called project management, and we require the project manager, right? So who is going to manage that thing? So project manager is going to manage that, all the activities of the project management. So for project manager, what are the important elements? He has to protect the timeline, duration, scope, right? The funding and resourcing. If anything is not available or something is slippage, then project is going to be, haywire, or probably it's going to be failed, or there will be some issues in the project, the quality wise or non-completion they require. So a lot of things will get impacted because of something is not working. So I hope you like this brief about the project management. If you have any queries, you can put into my comments. Thank you.